Everyone's different. What's your talents and gifting? You are unique in your own way. Don't you mind what people say? So shine your colors bright, shining brighter than ever, and live your best life and do whatever you want. Shake, shake those haters off. You're an eagle so soar and rise above. Shine bright, show all your colors. You're not a carbon copy, so show them what you shine bright. Live the vibrant life, live vibrant with Sandra. Shine bright, show all your colors. You're not a carbon copy, so show them what you shine bright. Live the vibrant life, live vibrant with Sandra V.
Hi and welcome to Vibrant. I'm your host Sandra V, and I'm so excited to be here with you today. I cannot wait for you to see who we have in the studio with us. We have the one and only Donnell Spencer Jr. Donnell is a producer. He's an award-winning songwriter, singer. He's also a designer, professional photographer. And so help me welcome Donnell Spencer. Donnell.
Hey.
Hi.
It's wonderful to be here.
Thank you so much
Appreciate you.
for gracing us with your presence.
It's my pleasure.
Yes, yes.
Absolutely.
I'm so excited to share about your journey with our audience, because I have found out that there's a lot that you do that we didn't realize that you do.
Yeah, I'm kind of quiet about what I do,
Yeah.
other than playing drums.
Yeah, well, that's all right, because we're here to toot your horn today,
Thank
if
you.
that's all right with you.
I'm good with it.
Yeah, yeah. So now, the first thing I want to know is, how did you begin with playing the drums?
Well, yeah, the real beginning is the fact that I had a set of bongos that my parents bought me, and my sister, she poked holes in the head, so I couldn't play them anymore.
Oh.
So then I started banging on Tupperware and stuff around the house, and I told my mom that I wanted, my mom and dad, I wanted a drum set.
Uh-huh.
And I'm 14 years old, which is very late for drummers. Usually drummers start
When they're much
when they're
younger.
kids, yeah.
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
So at 14 years old, I got my first drum set, and I sat down and I could kind of keep a little beat.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I just decided this is what I want to do.
So you're self-taught?
Basically self-taught. I took lessons after about 2 years
Wow.
of playing,
Uh-huh.
but I only took lessons for 6 or 7 months.
Okay.
And then the rest of the time I just listened to records.
Uh-huh.
Stevie Wonder, Marvin Gaye, Donny Hathaway, Earth, Wind and Fire, Parliament Funkadelic.
Mm-hmm.
My drums were in the basement. I had 2 big speakers on either side, and I would blast those speakers.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would listen to Billy Cobham, Harvey Mason, who's one of my favorite drummers. I would listen to Lenny White, another favorite. I would listen to anything they were playing on
Okay.
and try to copy.
Mm-hmm.
So that's basically how I learned how to play.
Wow, and that has taken you all over the world.
Yes, such a
All
blessing.
over the world.
Such
Isn't
a
that
blessing,
something?
yes.
So what was your first big professional gig?
My first big professional gig, you know, I actually said it was Anita Baker, but I take that back. I don't realize it was Sister Sledge.
Are you kidding me?
Sister Sledge, I'm from Philadelphia.
Okay.
So are they.
Uh-huh.
And I had already moved to California, and they came out and they were looking to put a band together.
Mm-hmm.
So they found out that myself and another gentleman, keyboard player friend, Charles Kelly from Philly,
Mm-hmm.
that we were out here, and they said, well, we might as well use you guys.
Wow.
So we played at Disneyland
How exciting.
at the grad night or something like
Are
that.
you kidding?
And I love those girls, and Mom, bless her heart. They were great. And then shortly after that, I think a month later, I went to England.
Mm-hmm.
Toured all over England with them.
Are you kidding?
And I thought I was rich. It was the first tour I ever did. I quit my job.
Go to England? You quit your job?
My job. I was like, I'm out. I'm about to make some money. I'm about
Don't go
to be
with
paid.
Sister Sledge.
That tour lasted 6 weeks, and then I had no money.
Oh, no.
I spent all my money
Oh, no.
while I was there. I thought I was going to keep going. It was like, I learned really fast.
Right.
Like, tours only go a certain amount of time, and then that's it. But that was my first big stage because He's the Greatest Dancer
Okay.
was a hit in England, in London. In England, I'm sorry, in England. And then also We Are Family was also coming off of that too.
Oh, yeah.
Then after that was Anita Baker.
Okay.
So that's the way that.
So was there a long space in between the two since you had spent all your money?
Yeah, I was told up.
So did you
don't
go
wanna know
back to work?
I went back to my job, right? And I walked up, forgot. I had an associate's degree in electronics, so my job was electronic related. I had to inspect the little pins that go in SCSI cables to government specifications. So my job was to look through them in a microscope, make sure there were no cracks or holes.
Okay.
So I went back to my job and I asked my boss if I could come back. And he said, I'm going to do you a favor and not hire you back.
Okay.
He basically was telling me that this job will only go but so far, but he saw the love I had for music, said that will probably take you further.
Absolutely.
But in my heart of hearts, I was like, but you don't understand.
You don't understand.
I need this money. I had a little car that I had just bought. So anyway, after that, I did odd jobs, through an agency. And then I got the gig with Darnell Coleman, who was the first winner of Star Search.
Okay.
Telling my age, but he won, I think it was $100,000. And so I went on tour with him. And then he had the same manager that Anita Baker was using. And we opened up the show for Anita. And Anita would come to the show maybe 2 songs before we were done. And she would watch. She'd be standing on the side. I'd be playing. I could see her. And she told the road manager, I want him to play drums for me.
Wow.
So the next time she went back out, I got the gig with Anita.
Isn't that something?
It was great. And I met Joe Albright.
Wow.
Bobby Lyle.
So that just opened up a whole nother world for you.
And we're all still friends to this day.
That's beautiful. And so aren't you grateful for that manager that had that insight to not hire you? Because what if you had gotten there and gotten comfortable, and then we wouldn't have Donnell Spencer Jr.
That's true, but I know for a fact at some point I would have still quit.
Eventually.
Because I was working with Stevie Wonder at the time. He was producing an album for a group I was in called Mix. But we weren't getting any money. But I was in the studio with him. Okay. And Danny Cimbello, bless his heart, was one of my best friends. He passed away 3 years ago. But Danny Cimbello wrote a lot of hit songs. Danny Cimbello is the reason why I'm a songwriter.
Really?
Yeah.
So he inspired that part of your
Absolutely.
career.
Danny was like, look, sell those little electronic drums you bought and buy a keyboard. And let's write some songs. You ain't gonna make no money with them electronic drums. And he was right. I bought a keyboard, and next thing I know, I wrote a song with him called Say You Really Want Me. Okay. And Say You Really Want Me was performed by Kim Wilde. It was written by myself, Danny Cimbello, and Dick Rudolph. Dick Rudolph was married to Minnie Riperton.
Big names.
And his daughter, Maya Rudolph, is hilarious, actress, famous. Anyway, so Dick Rudolph was a music coordinator for film, and the song ended up in the movie Running Scared. Really? Which is a movie with Billy Crystal and Gregory Hines. They were both policemen in Chicago.
My goodness.
And oh my God, so it was the first song I ever wrote, and it's in a movie.
Ain't that something?
So back then, you did licensing agreements. Okay. When you had to put a song in a movie, and they cut you a check. My first check, y'all, was 10 grand.
Okay.
When I got that check, I was like, oh, I'm a songwriter.
Officially.
I'm a songwriter.
Oh, I can do this.
This is what I want to do right here.
Absolutely.
It was the easiest 10 grand I ever made.
Oh
ever.
my goodness.
And and then the residuals, I mean, I still get royalties from the song. It's 20-something years old.
Wow. Wow.
It's crazy.
Thank you for sharing that, because, a lot of times people see the finished product, but we don't get to see the process that a person has gone through.
Absolutely.
To get there. So like you're saying, with the odds and end jobs and all of these different things, that's exciting. And then I understand that you've already played on some of the award shows too, right?
Yeah, I did the Soul Train Music Awards and with Teddy Pendergrass.
Okay.
When he first came back from being in his accident, they rolled him out in a wheelchair. And Shaka Khan, I did the Soul Train Music Awards with her. And of course I've done Soul Train many times.
Of course.
A lot of different people. Don Cornelius, what a trip. It was great.
And then, okay, so you've already mentioned some heavyweights, but who are some of the other mainstream artists that you've worked with? You mentioned Anita, you mentioned Shaka Khan. Who are some of the others, though, that you've worked with?
Well, in the smooth jazz realm, I've worked with Boney James. I was with him for like 8 years. Brian Culbertson, Jonathan Butler, who's not smooth jazz, he's an amazing guitar player. And my friend, we golf a lot too. And who else?
So many you can't even pull them up.
A lot of them. El DeBarge. Will Downing, Phil Perry, Shantae Moore, Gerald Albright.
Good night.
Who else? Jody Watley. Worked with her for years. Who else? There's a Chinese artist, very, very famous.
Right, because you're touring or something, aren't you?
I was touring with her. I didn't do her last tour, but I've been working with her for 10 years.
Okay.
Her name is Jane Z or Jane Chung. And her Chinese name is Chong Leong Ying.
Okay.
Very, very famous. I'm talking about stadiums in China. Also, another very famous Chinese artist I worked with is Jolene Tsai.
Okay.
Spelled Tsai, Jolene. Amazing. She's like the Madonna of China.
Okay.
And I did a 9-month tour with her.
Wonderful.
I kind of came off the scene, but I was in China playing in stadiums. It was great. Yeah, 5-star hotels.
I can only imagine.
I was the only soul brother. I was like,
you were the only soul brother.
Yeah, it was great. Wow. It was a great time in my life.
Wow. That's beautiful. But I mean, the list is almost endless. Who are some of the others that you'd like to mention?
Well, let me start by saying I'm currently working with Ray Parker Jr.
Okay.
In fact, we just got back from Japan maybe a month ago. And they're doing a documentary on him at the moment, and I'm actually going to create a tabletop book for him. We'll shoot his guitars, and that's going to be coming soon.
Yeah. Wonderful. Wonderful. Hi, it's Coach Sandra V, and I'm excited to be sharing with you today just a bit of information that I know is going to empower you. Listen, we talk in coaching about limiting beliefs. Sometimes we have a belief system that actually causes us to be stagnant. It can also sabotage our goals and dreams. So as your personal life coach, I will help you sift through any thoughts, any feelings, any emotions that are causing you to be blocked, and I will show you how to get yourself released from those blocks. So give me a call, and I would love to work with you. Let's get coaching. Now, I discovered in getting prepared for your interview that you write, of course, but you also sing. You also sing. So you're gonna sing a little bit
I would
for us
love
while
to.
you're here
Yeah, I would love
today?
to do that. Yes, I would
We're
love to do
looking
that.
forward to that. So, but you've done some singing the lead already. What were some of those projects?
It's a trumpet player, and I sang on his record many years ago, and I could not remember that. I didn't remember that I did it. That was actually the first lead vocal that I sang on a record,
Wow.
and it came out real. Jeff Jarvis, I think.
You remember the name
Jeff
of the
Jarvis.
song?
Jeff Jarvis.
Okay.
Amazing trumpet player.
Uh-huh.
Okay, and his wife Tomoko is an amazing saxophonist.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't remember the name of the song, but it's really cool.
I bet.
That was the first song, and then after that, I did a lot of background vocals. I myself and my writing partner and producing partner back in the day, Sam Sims, we wrote a lot of songs, and I would sing the demos, and we got them placed on Freddie Jackson. We produced the controllers,
Right.
and I sang all the demos for those. And then we disbanded because he went off and did Janet Jackson and moved to Atlanta, and then I stayed here, but we still collaborate.
Sure.
Then the next song I did was with Boney James. I sang the backgrounds on a song called All Night Long. And then Brian Culberson, a song called Something About Love.
Okay.
It was the title song of his record. And
How do you balance all of that? The production, the writing, composing. How do you balance all of that?
For me, it all falls under the umbrella of gift.
Okay.
It's a gift.
Uh-huh.
That's all it is.
So you just move in and out of
just
whichever
move in and out of whichever one is happening at the time.
Uh-huh.
Brian was graceful enough to give me tracks. He would give me a track and say, see what you come up with.
So now tell us about your passion for photography.
Okay, photography. I've always enjoyed taking photographs for many, many years. And my first camera was a Minolta XG1, which is a film camera. So it was click, and then you get it developed, and all my pictures would be black. So that's how I learned. I was like, I gotta figure out how to make this work. So they had light meters. I learned about lighting from meters, and then I got my first digital camera, which was a little Sony 1.2 megapixels.
Oh my.
Yeah. I'm old.
And what are we at now with
We're at like 25, whatever.
You started at one.
My camera now is 25 megapixels. So
I've seen some of your photography.
Oh, thank you.
It is gorgeous.
And a woman by the name of Kwanzaa Jones, who I work for as a photographer, she has a company called Supercharge.co. That's her brand, and I'm the photographer there.
Okay.
I've been working for her for almost 10 years. I got published as a photographer from a photograph that I took of her.
Wonderful.
It was in the, I cannot think, Sister to Sister magazine.
Okay.
Did an article on her, and they used several of my photographs.
Wonderful.
And that's how I got published.
Wonderful.
But I worked for her as a photographer, staff photographer. And she was the first person who saw my work and said, have you ever thought about doing this professionally? I was like, no, it's just a hobby. She says, you know what? I have these guitars, these old guitars. I want you to shoot them. Just bring your camera stuff over, shoot them, let me see them, and I'll pay you. I got my first check from her.
How much was that one? No.
$1,000
for snapping some pictures.
For taking pictures. I was like,
then,
okay.
Did you decide I can do that?
I can do this. I'm also a photographer.
Yeah.
I took the photographs. She loved them.
We're going to call you a Renaissance man in a minute.
She ended up putting like about 15 8x10s like in her studio. And then I did a sign for her. I worked in Photoshop as well.
Yeah.
And I got my first check doing that. And then I got my second check because I edited. She did a calendar. And I helped edit the photos. I didn't take them, but I worked in Photoshop to clean her skin up and do all that kind of stuff. I did that. and I got a editing credit
Cool.
on a calendar.
Cool.
And one thing led to another, and then she hired me as a photographer, so I do it all the time.
So now, what is Sleeve It?
Sleeve It
Tell us
is
about
the
Sleeve
name of my brand for a sports shirt that I've designed.
Mm-hmm.
I got this vision in my sleep. I woke up and said, God, if this is for me, then I'm going to do it, and I will tithe on every dollar that I make from this.
Wow.
I got up, I got the materials, safety pins, scissors, start cutting this stuff out, piecing it together, put safety pins, took it to a seamstress and had her sew it up for me. And then I, started thinking, okay, now what do? I have no idea. Went online, I checked to see if there's anything like what I came up with. I could not find anything. I was like, I can't believe this. I said, well, this must be for me.
He gave you something
He gave us this for me, right?
Yes.
So, went through the whole process of getting a trademark. I met someone who designed bike shirts, and she helped me get my designs together. She was an artist as well, so I was able to draw it all out on a computer and really have it designed. You could see it.
So when can we look forward to that?
I'm hoping to have something by the summer of this year.
Okay.
I already have a manufacturer. I already had samples made. My thing now is I want to find the material so that I can continue to push them out.
Right.
I don't want to make an announcement that they're ready.
Right.
And then I can't, like, if people want to order and I don't have that part of it.
Now, are these male and female?
Male and female. Kids and
Really?
yeah, everything. Yeah. Sleeve It is going to be for, primarily, my first one is for golfers and tennis players. But I have designs for basketball, any sport that you sweat, anything like drummers, we sweat while we play.
Right.
And Sleeve It, the concept is to be able to wipe the sweat off you without a towel.
Got it.
When you don't have a towel there.
Got it. And I understand you're an avid golfer.
Avid.
You love golfing. You went golfing today?
Early this morning. I was up at 5:30. Yes. Yes, I play golf. I love golf. Golf changed my life, actually.
Really? How so?
It changed my life because at the time when I started golfing, I had injured my knee. Didn't know what I was going to do. I love tennis and I used to bike ride. So now I'm like,
with an injured knee.
My knee I had torn meniscus in my knee. So I started golfing, and then I found out that the guys I used to play basketball with had all gone to golfing. I had gone to tennis. Now I'm talking 10 years ago. They had been golfing 10 years. I was just now getting into golf, but I loved it. The first time I hit a ball, my friend Sam took me to the range. I hit a ball. First one went up, but to the left. Second one, I hit it up and straight. The next 100 balls were on the ground because I was trying to do it again. I couldn't do it. So it was challenging. Anyway, ended up, golf has allowed me to come in contact with people who I would not normally meet.
I can only imagine.
I've golfed all over China. I take my clubs with me. I've met scientists, other musicians, doctors, lawyers, people the better you play, the more interesting people you meet.
Right.
And now I'm a member at Woodland Hills Country Club, along with a lot of my other musician friends. Freddie Washington, bass player and songwriter, he plays with Steely Dan. He was responsible for getting me in at Woodland Hills. He said, man, you love golf, I see it. I'm going to get you in.
We got to get you in.
And he made his, talk to the people, and then next thing I know, you have to, you play their music. And I got in on a musician's membership, and I love it.
Wow. I'm noticing a thread, though, throughout your story that it seemed like at different intervals of your life, someone entered your life that stirred your gift, stirred your talent, your interests, and kind of directed you to the next phase of your life.
I never even thought about that.
Yeah, I'm hearing that. So I want to commend you, though, for listening to their advice and being willing to step into those places, because you could have said, you could have shunned it and never have discovered that next chapter that was waiting for you.
That's true.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
Looking back now, you're absolutely right. I never really thought of it that way. I really got to give credit to my friend Danny Cimbello, because he and I were in the group Mix that Stevie Wonder was producing, both from Philadelphia. He was 17 and I was 19 at the time. We were the two youngest members in the group with the most energy in the group. So when Stevie would come to the studio, hours after he was supposed to be there, me and Danny would still be awake and ready to go. So we would hang out, and I was, of course I was working with the master, playing drums, and Stevie's playing keys and writing songs while I'm playing drums. And Danny was a prolific songwriter. His brother is Michael Cimbello, who wrote the hit song Maniac. So I knew them and got a lot of advice from them, and Danny was solely responsible for saying, you need to write songs. And then Michael, his brother, was like, you need to own your publishing. Don't ever give away all your publishing.
Exactly.
So all those things, I'm grateful for those people coming in my life.
Absolutely. And I'm excited that we're going to get to actually hear you sing live today before you leave. But before we get ready to sign off on the interview, do you have any words of inspiration or encouragement for someone who may be watching, who, may need that same kind of push or guidance? They have something that they're wondering if they can really do it. So maybe you could speak to them.
Well, what I would always say to someone is, if you believe in yourself and you have faith that you can do anything. Of course, you have to work at your craft.
Right.
You want to be good at what you do.
Yes.
Don't try to cut corners. Keep integrity.
Yes.
Be real with yourself.
Pay the full price.
Pay the full price.
Yeah.
And go after it. And go after it with love and kindness.
Sure.
Don't go after anything for greed or for the reward. Go after it because you love it and it's a passion.
Right.
That's what I've always done. And the fact that I was able to make some money or make a living is extra to me.
Yes.
So it's not really like work.
Right.
That would be my advice.
I love it. I love it. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
For coming on Vibrant
Thank you so much.
and sharing your story. It was an honor to sit with you and hear your journey. And so now we're looking forward to the music.
Thank you.
So now we have such a treat for you. Darnell is going to sing his latest hit, Come On, right here on Vibrant. First time ever performed live. This is epic. Stay tuned.
Come on, baby. Ooh. Oh, sweet sugar. I need to come on, darling. Ooh. I left a message on your phone. I got no reply. Maybe you want me to leave you alone, but baby, tell me why. 'Cause all I have is love for you. Don't turn away. And when I look in your eyes, they tell me to stay. At first you said it was nothing, and then you changed your mind. Now you're feeling something. Girl, you're wasting time. Don't stop those feelings that you can't deny. Come on, baby girl, let's get down tonight. Come on, I need to have you close to me. The feeling's gonna set us free. It will be in paradise. So come on, baby. Come on, come on, come on. I know we both been imagining what we desire. So cuddle up and let me be your king, and I'll take you higher. And after all is said and done, and you're here with me, you can trust and you can believe that there's no need to run. At first you said it was nothing, and then you changed your mind, and now you're feeling something. Girl, you're wasting time. Don't fight those feelings that you can't deny. Come on, baby girl, let's give love a try. Come on, I need to have you close to me. So come on, baby. Come on, come on, come on. Can't you see that it is so right? You and me will make the stars fall from the sky. All this love's right here for you. Come on, baby, you know what to do. Come on, hey baby, come on. I need to feel you close to me. This feeling is ecstasy. And we'll go to paradise. Come on, baby. Come on, come on, come on. What you waiting on, girl? Come on. Don't make me wait too long, baby.
So now you have met the wonderful and kind and personable Donnell Spencer Jr. You've heard him sing that hit song, Come On, and you need to follow him on social media. You know what I always say, you were not created to be a carbon copy, so let your unique shine. And we'll see you again right here on Vibrant.
Show all your colors, you're not a carbon copy, so show 'em what you should. Live a vibrant life, live